What's going on, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. Now listen, man, if this is your first time over here on this channel, or if you're a returning supporter, make sure to first and foremost like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss whenever I upload great content like this one. Now listen, man, today's video, I'm basically gonna be talking about why more and more people need to be celibate, why more and more people need to be on no-fap and semen retention, right? Because you will regain mental strength and clarity, right? A lot of us can testify to this because, think about going on those longer days and months, which turns into years. Think about people who have done these things, right? It's kind of like what the Bible talks about when it says to transform your mind, right? Because when you are refraining from the sites and refraining from adult activity, right, you're no longer corrupting your mind. You're no longer putting all this perverted things into your mind, right? The eyes are the window to the soul. So if you're watching the sights, if you're watching all these things, best believe your insides, your inner man is going to be disrupted as well. So it's a known fact that once you're on no-fap semen retention, you will regain mental strength and clarity, right? Because the number one thing that I've noticed on my journey is that the longer you can refrain from doing those addicting things, you will feel better about yourself. You will feel a lot more stronger. You will feel a lot more like a man, right? You won't feel so helpless. You won't feel like you'll never amount to nothing. You'll now feel what it truly feels like to be a masculine man, right? And that's what I mean by you will have mental strength, right? Because if you can control your lust, right? The Bible talks about this. Shout out to my brother Malik. He always says this verse over and over again. And, I'll pull the verse up. The Bible talks about in Proverbs 16:32, it says, "He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city," right? So it's basically saying that whoever can control his spirit, right? Whoever can have that self-discipline within himself is far much greater than someone who rules a city, right? And that's powerful. The Bible in Proverbs 16 verses 32 says that he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than who takes a city. So it's basically saying if you can control your spirit, if you can control your inner man, you're far much better than a man that rules a city, right? You're far much stronger than a man who rules a city. And you'll start to notice that you will regain mental strength because you will realize that you now have control over your body. You're now in a position where you're not going to just go based off of instincts. Oh, I get this lustful thought, so that must mean my body wants me to go release my seed, right? Oh, I get this lustful thought, so I want to go look at, naked women, right? So you will regain mental strength. And when you have mental strength, you won't do things like that. You won't do things like, going against your will and feeding into lust, because you have that mental strength. And when you have mental strength, these things can play a big part in your success in life. These things can play a big part in, who you are as a man, how strong you are mentally. All of these things will be a domino effect in your life, right? And you will have overall clarity. Listen, my brothers, you will have overall clarity on all things in life. We have to start looking at the sites as toxicity. We got to start looking at the sites as a hazardous, deadly thing, as a hazardous, deadly weapon. This is how we must view the sites, right? This thing can literally destroy you if you let it. I said this in my previous video. Make sure you go check that video out, right? This thing can literally destroy you if you let it. So the more you stay away, you're cleaning up your mind, you're transforming your mind, you're renewing your mind. And like I said in one of my other videos as well, I'll drop it up here as well for you guys that missed it. But the longer you go without taking in all of this toxicity, taking in all of that hazardous, dangerous weapon that the sites is, the longer you go from doing these things, you will feel like a virgin again. You will feel pure. We all fall short of the glory of God, right? So purity is an ongoing process, right? But you will regain clarity within your mind. You will now know where you want to go in life, right? Situations won't seem so hard anymore, right? Normal, regular situations that you used to overcomplicate won't seem so hard anymore because you now have that clarity, right? You don't have all this toxicity clouding up your mind. You no longer have the post-nut clarity giving you clouded thoughts, unhappy, depressive thoughts, right? So these are all benefits of abstaining and being on NoFap and semen retention. These are all benefits, right? So listen up, guys. If you guys took something valuable or learned something new, make sure to drop a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, share this video with a friend because they most definitely will need it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm out.